Hello, fellow old souls, empath seekers, and psychonauts. Come on in if you'd like to have a seat for some symbolic support. My name is Steph. I made an ink blot. We did a reading earlier in the shaman's palm configuration, and we're going to flip it for perspective possibilities if you'd like to join me. We're going to add on dream, tarot, and oracle cards in the shaman's palm configuration. And as well, we have Ghost Tube here kicking for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. Please do receive or release freely. Okay. Old souls, if you'd like to open up with me, you're more than welcome to, or you can fast forward through. Get nice and cozy as it's chilly here today. Taking a nice big breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception. Releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name, honor, and aura of Old Souls.
Stressed.
Old Souls, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. All right. The card that came up, Wandering in the Midworld, along with your ink blot, of course, is Alive. May you delight in vitality. So there you go. All right, let's dig in. You know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below or keep to yourself. I'm seeing reindeer and I'm seeing wiener dogs. I see, like, there's some sort of union or connection that I'm very, very happy with. Very, very happy with. Like there's a jumping for joy, a jumping, oh, may you delight in vitality. And I'm hearing that song from Edwin. Feels so good. I think it's called Alive. I think it's literally called Alive. Okay, so there's a union of something, someone, maybe even just different parts. It's like there's all these different parts, and I think like this union or something needs to be very, like they need to be close together. So there's something about space. Maybe it's the space and the connection, because I'm seeing a network, like a brain network, a neurological network, a matrix network, whatever kind of, I don't know, whatever it is. I don't know what I'm seeing. It's like fiber optics. And so something about space, it's like, well, one part are conceptual contemplation over here and one's over here, but they actually are very close because time and space don't matter. It's not that they don't matter. That's incorrect. They're not obstacles in the way one may assume they are. And I'm also, what was that word? There's something about there's space of invention. I don't know what this is. Okay, but there's space of invention, nonetheless. And as I saw it in the one shape as like to this connection, this union of coming together. Now, because we're kind of wandering in the shaman's palm with the dream cards, I'm being asked to consider it's like a subconscious, superconscious, unconscious, conscious, whatever realms those fall in. Daydreaming and night dreaming. Daydreaming and night dreaming. Okay. But then I also see this as one, and it's like this face stepping forward. It's like a floating head, ironically. Okay, so I'm also seeing it as a clue. And it's like, you know, if you're looking through your blinds or something and you can turn them.
It's coming.
It's like shades so you can see. Like maybe you're peering out, whatever. It doesn't matter like what the point of it is. There's something, it's like maybe it's a magnifying glass or something, and I can see it. I might even be like outside or even in your house, and then all of a sudden you see something differently than it was. And what it's actually, I don't think that's the point of seeing it. Well, it has its place. There's an aha moment that connects to something else. It was like, oh, and it's because it inspired that state. It's almost like the in-between state between sleeping and wake, you know? And you might be like laying there kind of with your eyes half open or half closed, or you think your eyes are closed, but you're seeing things, you know what I mean? So it's like in that space. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Something is so happy that I'm here. There's even like these, I don't know if it's like a little duckling or something like that. Do you know what it makes me feel like when I'm way, way in here? As I keep walking, then this cliff, this road keeps being built. It doesn't exist yet. I'm the one, or in this space anyway, because it feels like your own dimension. It gets created as I walk it. You know, it's like one of those maybe like dance pad things. Wherever I put my foot, lights up. That's kind of how I'm seeing it, if that makes any sort of sense. Old souls. Yes, we are here for the old souls. If you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe, because I'll probably forget. I always do, but I'm very grateful for you. Thank you. Okay. You warm my haunted heart. All right, let's start the Shaman's Palm configuration. So in your cave of ice is the Six of Cups. Okay. I hear you. Give me a moment. Six of Swords. Ooh, interesting. In the winds of wonder. Hearth fires, the 10 of Wands in your heart. The 10 of Cups is right beside it. In your cave of feeling, your cave of rivers. And then on the earth is the 4 of Wands. Cave of earth. There's that union.
Watching you.
I'll be watching. Oh, we're done with those. Thank you. Okay. You know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below. Versus listening to my yammerings. There's some sort of reflection in all this. I want to keep scrying because I feel like I like jumped to the 10 of Cups. I jumped to the cake topper of it all. I don't want to discredit all the work that needed to be done, because I feel like in this cave of ice it's like seeing the mirror being fluid. Stay. But at one point in time it was ice. It was frozen. Was I being cold to myself, cold to my own reflection? Was I reviewing things? There's something about the long hair or letting your hair down. Oh, okay. You have 2 6s, or I want to say we have 2 6s. We have 2 10s and a 4. 6 plus 4 is 10. 6 plus 6 plus 4. No, sorry. I got all crazy with numerology and I'm not qualified for that. Okay, so I'm still down here. There is a bird and a palm tree. This bird takes me. I'm seeing it as Pokeroo. I think Pokeroo might have actually been a giraffe, but I could be wrong. Okay, so like Pokeroo, like he kind of comes and goes. You don't know when he's going to arrive through is it the magic mirror or romper room? I can't remember. But there's a bird that comes in when I get to this landscape of the in-between, because it feels like a vacation. Like neither part of my energy feels more or less. And then it's like this message can come in. But I am guarded. When I zoom out and look at the whole, I want to know that
What is your name?
I am guarded. My name is Stephanie. What's your name? But there's like this Batman mask here. I feel very protective over the work that I've done. Yeah, because I've done some sort of schooling. Have I been working on my manifesting and money?
Virgo.
Currency. Maybe you've been working with a Virgo energy. Maybe you've been feeling burdened about money. Somebody's giving you money, though. I see it being handed to you. And this is in your hearth fires. There's something asking me to ask, what does it mean, though? What does it mean? Does it validate something about you if it's something you're doing? Maybe you're asking for more money. Maybe you've been burdened by not having enough. Okay, so then with the 10 of Cups in your cave of rivers of feeling, it's something about your childhood. It's like, as an adult, I feel as though I am going through whatever burdens, if I may, that I've been brought up with, protecting.
Sleeping.
And now I'm being given things that are almost like multidimensional money for me to like spend on myself, spend on my inner child. This is like the conscious. Okay. Thank you.
Watch.
On the bottom is family. Explore your sacred root system. All right. So let's dig in here. With the 6 of Cups in your cave of ice, reunite with a lost aspect of your soul. X. It's like the X part of you. An explanation I'm hearing as well. It's like I only need to explain myself to myself in whatever context this is in regards to. I don't know. I feel like it could be a little scary. I feel like it could be a little daunting. But it's like they come through the mirrors. And then when I wander into the cave of winds, with the 6 of Swords and the school, examine your beliefs about being tested. From childhood, adulthood, or wherever you are in adulthood. And I keep thinking there's a game afoot, and I need to play my pieces, but like time's running out. But it's kind of like that sense of urgency is making me feel alive. There's somebody in here in the scrying too that's looking out with a magnifying glass watching this. Maybe you feel watched as well. You could be being taught something about your belief. I think this is all from spirit, though, to be honest. And when I say spirit, I do mean the astral, angel, alien realm, whatever you believe in, the spirit of all things, not necessarily just dead people. However, they do come into play here quite significantly. Money, discover the source of your true power. And it's almost like, I might have sacrificed something, a piece of me. It's like I gave my money away, my last $5 or something like that. And I can reunite with that in a different way because I don't think it was actually money. But I feel like it affected my money. 10 of Cups, childhood home, coming into the cave of feeling. Cave of Rivers, of the Cave of Feelings. I apologize. And now I want to feel balanced. I want to feel safe and secure. Remember where you're from and who you really are. This is the cave. This is the cave, old soul. This is it. Of remembering. Something's been protected or masked. Almost like in being an adult, we can forget. So we have to examine. Didn't we talk about examine or explain? You have like it's like a cosmic college coming through. That's the best way I'm going to say that. I don't know. And then of your cave of earth of what's trying to come in, what is here is this commitment. Departed loved ones. They supported. You are loved more than you'll ever know. And then family was on the bottom. And I want to plop that card right in there. There's more ways to wisdom than one. It feels so good to breathe the air. That's a horrible rendition of that song, but if you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. I think I already said it again, but my haunted heart. Thank you for being happy. I see those reindeers again. Yeah, they're just happy, happy, happy. We're going to pull out a dream card and then we'll find the, through the Jungian. Okay, through the gears. Somebody's been through the gears. Is there another one? We'll take one more if it's there. For old souls, seers, and psychonauts. Yeah, bullseye. Okay. If you want to take a look at these with me. 48, 12, and 14. I feel like for some this might be ages or months. I feel like I'll see if that helps. I've gone through the gears. I've been through the gears about something. To be honest with you, it feels like self-punishment of some sort. Like, am I punishing myself? Been through the gears. The towel, or, you know, the rug's been pulled out from underneath me. But I'm taking some sort of accountability and responsibility for this. Some sort of, like, I feel like I'm having a recommitment ceremony to myself. You know, like when people are married and then they get remarried or redo their vows to each other 10, 20, 50 years later. Because you've grown, you're different. And it's like having that within a part of me. Of me. Okay, so card 48 of going through these gears here. If that will come through. This is about death and rebirth. The seeker is caught in the clock. Reversal is when one direction suddenly becomes the opposite direction. The things we want to happen are not the ones which do. The clock of destiny counts our time on earth. No one escapes fate, but they may fail their destiny. When caught in the mechanisms of time, do not protest, but actively engage in your journey, making choices, even in the worst of circumstances. You are not the master of your fate, but an instrument of its expression. Practice, or your task, should you choose, is to practice wanting what you get, not getting what you want. The way to get what you want is not to want. And I feel like we've kind of been talking about this with the money, in that cave, and like of the childhood. But your family story is of one thing or another. It's like, well, I came from this, and you've built up something up, and that's all very inspiring. But others may not have that story. It's like, well, I grew up in this belief system, or I adopted this belief system. And some people might not have that ability necessarily, or have had the opportunities or seen the same opportunities. I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like it doesn't really matter how one got there. It's that you're here. And I feel like that might be a little bit of the wisdom. We can keep focusing on the why, or looking back at the X part of ourselves and saying, well, it's because of this, it's because of that. This is where I came from. Yes, remember who you are and where you came from. But can you actually do that beyond the earth realm? Can you do that beyond the lineage of this lifetime? Can you remember beyond what's in front of you? That's the wisdom that I'm like profoundly feeling there, and it feels wild. Card 12. If anything stands out to you, and I will read it. Decisiveness. The seeker receives a magnificent sword from the sword master. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. Action, clarify, eliminate. To act decisively is to act with certainty from inner knowing, destroying what is past for what can be. We take the sword of discrimination and cut through blocks and ambulances to separate out the possible from the impossible. Know when the time is right to use the sword of action and when to keep it sheathed. Too much cutting destroys the ground upon which the new must exist. Yet once you have drawn the blade of choice, act with no turning back. Your task, should you choose to accept, is to choose a purpose greater than what you have so far achieved and serve it. Whew. So it's like upping the school of life. and serving life, vitality, aliveness, my awareness of being alive, and know that there are so many others protecting me, serving with me, remembering
Closet.
who I am, even when I don't. I'm seeing the 7 dwarves as well in here. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. All right, and last but not least here, I will bring up this card for you, which is card 14. If that number, 14 days, 14 hours, 2 weeks. This is focusing. The seeker shoots his arrows at the target. Key attitudes, concentration. What power brings our energies together when we feel most scattered? We focus to bring ourselves in balance with the center out there as well as within. It's not the number of arrows you fire, but the spirit in which you let them go. We achieve mastery in a chosen arena by long practice in wailing out the forces of dissipation and distraction. Fight your demons, but see past them to a universe beyond. To focus, seek the center wherever it is meant to be, not where you aim for it to be. Your task, should you choose to accept, is to align your center with centers elsewhere as you move through your day. Okay, so I want to take a minute here to acknowledge the death, rebirth, focusing, or decisiveness and focusing. It's like making a decision and going with it. Through this, as that happens, like you've been through the gears, you go through the gears, but then you sit and you receive. It's like we don't necessarily want to be rewarded for our suffering, but sacrifices that we consciously choose to make. Say, I'm going to not have a Netflix account so I can save for whatever this is, or put extra gas in my gas tank, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? Those are conscious choices that seem like a sacrifice, but there's not a whole lot of suffering. There's an adapting to do, absolutely, but it's a decision I've made, and I'm going to see it through until I find its value is no longer needed. Or I can rearrange different pieces like this school. I can rearrange different things, play the chess game of life a little differently. But I'm going to use the pieces I have versus worrying what's off the board here. Why? Because I have come to some sort of fantastical realization about my 10 of Cups, my 10 of Wands to my 10 of Cups. I'm going to bring you down here so you can see this chaos I've got going here. Because in my reflections of what I explained to myself, then I examined something, and that examination came up here in regards to this. Suffering and sacrifices. Is something superior to me? What is superior? Is it the spirit of money? Is it the spirit of someone else or something? And I've gone through this process, or I'm going through this process. I'm receiving a gift. It could be money, or amongst the frequency of money. But I want to also know it's in the same card of 12. You're being gifted the sword. Maybe you're going through your budget, maybe your divine budget, maybe your energetic budget, maybe your physical wallet, Evelyn. Whatever the case may be. And it's by doing this in my cave of rivers, I suddenly feel born again. Like my inner child within begins to sing through a cave like an angel or a mermaid under the water, and it starts to attract loved ones. It starts to attract people, places, and things that align.
I want to stay.
And they do. They want to stay. You want to stay. It's like it draws in more. You are loved more than you'll ever know. It draws in more than you could possibly maybe even imagine.
Higher.
Because it's moving from possible to impossible to it's all possible. But what am I serving? What am I swimming through? Am I swimming through the mud of the lotus? What am I doing down there? Bullseye. Bullseye. You don't need a crystal ball to see the future. You do need to pay attention and focus. Concentrate. Virtual reality will change your mind and your reality. Just concentrate. Just concentrate. Old souls, Thank you so much for being here. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. This was a fantastical shaman's dream. This is really like a shaman's dream oracle. It was. I hope it served and supported or inspired. Until next time, thank you so much for being here and for scrying with me. I'll see you again soon.